Hello, my name is Laurie, and welcome to the beginners series of 15 minutes of English. If you are at the beginning of your English language learning journey, then this is the place for you. My name is Laurie, I'm an English teacher, I work online, and in today's episode, we are going to be looking at prepositions of place. Prepositions of place. Now, what is a preposition? What does it mean if it is of place, and what do we use it for? So, a preposition are these pieces of language on, in, under, by, next to, ahead of, behind. There are lots of them. And in English, we have lots of different kinds of prepositions, as there are in many other languages. And it's quite important to not mix them in English, otherwise it sounds quite unnatural. So we use prepositions of place to explain where something is, right? For example, my shoes are on the floor. It's a good sentence. Not my shoes are in the floor. There we go. Right. We can have a bit of a practice of these prepositions of place. I would recommend, especially if you don't know these very well, then I would recommend that you pause the video and have a go at writing these down and correcting yourself, physically writing them down and physically correcting when I go through the answers in just a second. Now, the prepositions that you will need are down here at the bottom. So there we go. Now I will go through the answers. The first one here, we've got some pictures of bedrooms, right? So we got a bed in this first picture, we got a bed in the second, and a bed in the third. They are bedrooms. So the bed is the bedroom. So in this first picture, where is the bed? Now this one should be, the bed is in the middle of the bedroom, right? So there's space on this side, there's space on this side. It is not against the wall, it's in the middle, right? It's not completely in the middle because it's against the wall on the top, but it is more or less in the middle there, right? The lamps, here we got these lamps, these lights that are next to the bed. The lamps are the bedside table. This should be the bedside tables because there's two tables. The lamps are on the bedside tables. The lamps are on the bedside tables. The next one, the bookshelf. The bookshelf is where you keep your books, obviously. So the bookshelf is the TV. Now the TV, the television, the TV is at the back over there. Now where is the bookshelf in relation to the TV? The bookshelf is above the TV. Importantly, the bookshelf is not on the TV. There is a difference between being above and being on. Being on means that you are touching, and being above means that you are not. There we go. Okay, so the bookshelf is above the TV. The plant, we've got this little tiny plant. Hopefully you can see it. The plant is the TV. The plant is not on top of the TV. The plant is not on the TV. The plant is not in front of the TV. The plant is not under the TV. The plant is next to the TV. The plant is next to the TV. It is on the side. It is next to. Right. We've got these two people here. One of them is going to sleep. One of them is under the covers. One of them, although she's got the light on, which is a bit silly. She's going to sleep. But she is in bed. She is in bed. She's going to sleep. She's under the covers. She is in bed. This guy is not going to sleep. He is not under the blankets. He's sitting. And he's sitting on his bed. He's not sitting in his bed, he's sitting on his bed. If he was under the covers, you could say that he's sitting in bed, but he's not. He's on his bed. There we go. Okay. The next practice one that we've got here is in a kitchen. The young woman is the kitchen. The young woman is in the kitchen. Now, for most rooms, we use the word in. So, at the moment, I am in my living room. Although because it's a small apartment, it is a living room slash kitchen. It's a living room and a kitchen. So I am in my living room. My wife is in the bedroom. There is no one in the bathroom. So you can be in the kitchen, in the bedroom, in the bathroom, in the corridor, in the hallway, in the garden. The garden is not a room, but you can still be in it. The only exception that I can think of is a balcony, right? A balcony, you are on a balcony. So sometimes I have my breakfast on the balcony. Okay. So this young woman is in the kitchen. What is she doing? What is she doing in the kitchen? She is pouring the milk into the bowl. She's pouring the milk into the bowl. There we go. I don't know why she's pouring milk. She's got a bit of a strange group of ingredients. She's got some salad ingredients and a jug of milk and some eggs. Maybe she's making a cake. Right. There is a pot of jam. Where is the pot of jam? So this little pot or jar down at the bottom here, it is in the corner. There is a pot of jam in the corner. Well, it's in the corner of the picture. Now, the small bowl is the eggs, right? So we've got this small bowl made of glass, and we've got these 4 eggs on the counter. So, where is the bowl in relation to the eggs? The small bowl is on the left of the eggs. So we are looking at this picture. The eggs are on the right. The bowl is on the left. So for left and right, we usually use on. You could have said next to. If you said next to, that is not a problem, because the bowl is next to the eggs. On the left of is just more specific. The next one there is a glass of juice. The salad bowl. Right. There is a glass of juice behind the salad bowl. That is true. In our picture, it's behind the salad bowl, but I have put here beside. Now, what does beside mean? It means next to. It is the same. So, you could have said that the bowl was beside the eggs. You could have said that the bowl was next to the eggs, and you could have said that the bowl is on the left of the eggs. The orange juice, I assume it's orange juice, it could be next to the salad. It could be beside the salad. It couldn't be on the left of the salad, because in our picture it is on the right. You could say there is a glass of juice beside the salad bowl on the right. The chopping board. Now, a chopping board is a wooden, well, usually wooden, sometimes plastic board that you use to cut, right? So if you have your knife and you want to make a salad, or here they've been cutting tomatoes, that's what you use it for, so you don't damage your table. The chopping board is the celery and tomatoes. So we got some celery, I believe. I think it's celery. And we've got some tomatoes. The chopping board is, the celery is under, right? The vegetables are on top and the chopping board is under. Right, we got some other places. We've got this train station. Now we got this man and this woman. They are at the train station. You could say they are in the train station, but the most natural way is to say that they are at the train station. It gets a little bit more complicated with some places. So you can be in school or at school. You can be in the hospital or at the hospital. You can be in a house or at someone's house. And there's a little bit of a difference in meaning. But very importantly, you are not on the train station. You are not by the train station. You're not under the train station, I hope. You are at the train station. Now, if you remember from the last set of pictures, which preposition do we use for left and right? He is on the left. and she is on the right. There you go. Well done if you got those ones right. Now these two, there is a platform, right? The platform is where you catch your train, and they are on the platform. And to me, it looks like they are going to work, right? They are talking about something. They've got their briefcases. They're catching a train. They're probably going to work. So for work, we use at usually, although my white thing doesn't want to disappear. So they are not at work yet. They're not at work yet. And for the next one, you can see that these people are at the beach. They are at the beach. You can also be on the beach, and there is a slight difference between on and at the beach. But at the beach is a safe choice. Now, these people, in the last picture, we've got 3 people sitting, waiting for a bus. And which preposition should we use for a bus stop? They are at the bus stop. They are waiting at the bus stop, waiting for a bus. You could say that these two guys are sitting down and they are under the shelter, right? They are under the bus shelter. But you wouldn't say that they are under the bus stop, because the bus stop is really the whole thing, not just this blue bit. Right? The blue bit is the bus shelter. The whole thing where the bus stops and everything else, that is the bus stop. Right. Okay. And then in this one, we've got some sinks, right? Some sinks where you might wash your dishes, your plates and cups and all the rest of it. So the pots, we've got some pots on the left here. We've got the green pot and the blue pot. They are in the sink. They are in the sink. They are not on the sink. They are in the sink. So the next one, the sponge. We've got a purple sponge in this top picture. The purple sponge is the side. Now, it is on the side, right? It's sitting on top of the side. It is on the side. There we go. Right. In this picture at the bottom, we've got another sink, another kitchen. This one is a bit more disorganized, a bit more dirty. We've got a mug, right? The orange mug is the right. So where's the mug? The mug is over here, right-hand corner. If you remember from the other slides, we need to use the word on. The mug is on the right. We've got some fish in this picture. Got some fish. Where are the fish? The fish are in the tank. The fish are in the tank. We have plants, right? We've got plants inside the house and we've got plants outside the house. The plants inside the house are on the windowsill. This is our windowsill. The sill is the bit at the bottom where it joins to the window, the little flat bit. So this is the windowsill, and we got some plants in pots on the windowsill. The trees are not inside. The trees are in the garden. There we go, easy peasy. We got one more set of things. We've got a little living room, a very grey living room. I don't know who designed this. I kind of like it actually, but I think it would be a bit too grey for me to live there. The TV, where is the TV? The TV is on the wall. TV is on the wall. The bookshelf, we got this little grey bookshelf, and it is on the left, as you will remember from the other slides. The armchair, so where we've got an armchair, we've got this grey armchair in everything else that is grey in this picture. We've got a grey armchair, and it is the bookcase. Right, which preposition are we going to use for the armchair and the bookcase? So the armchair is in front of the bookcase. The bookcase is behind the armchair. The armchair is in front of the bookcase. The clock where's the clock? We've got this tiny little clock down here. Now, where is the clock in relation to the TV? TV is above the clock, and the clock is under the TV. The clock is under the TV. There we go. Well, thank you very much for watching this episode today. I hope you go away and practice all of your prepositions and get them right, because this is one of the mistakes that people make most often. It's one that I hear the most often. If you are interested in taking individual classes or joining some of our group classes, then please get in touch via our website, precisaclasses.com, or our Instagram page, Mr. Laurie English, or we also have an email, director@precisaclasses.com. And I will be happy to see you in next time, which will be tomorrow. Okay, see you later.